this is the one you need to align with the mark on your engine. And on the engine side, it's just as tiny. It's in fact this little notch here that you need to line up with that mark on your gear. Alright, so we put our crankshaft bolts back on and we turn the engine clockwise until those marks line up. There, that should do it. Alright, now lining up the marks on the camshaft gear is going to be a little bit more difficult because you don't have a perfect view of this hole and the mark on the back of it to line it up. But what you can do is to line it up as best as you can and then use a Allen key or a small screwdriver that fits exactly in the center of this hole to see whether you're perfectly lined up with that notch in the rear. I think that's it. Alright, so I don't know how much of this you guys are going to be able to see, but as you can see I got my Allen key in there. It's the right size and it's exactly on the notch on the back, so that means that this camshaft gear is properly lined up. Alright, so next it's time to put on our timing belt. You need to start at your crankshaft gear and work your way counterclockwise from here. And what I like to do is, as you can see, put something here so that this timing bolt doesn't fall off or move once I go up top to try to put it on all the other pulleys. Alright, so back up top, here's how things look. That's your crankshaft gear. You go around your idler pulley, then up around your water pump, and then from there you go over your camshaft pulley and make sure you put this on there really tight and try to get as much of the slack out of this side of the belt. See, right now I have just enough slack. It's not too much. If you find that you have too much slack, then your camshaft more than likely is not exactly on where it's supposed to be and you need to adjust that. Alright, and once you get here, you need to wrap this around your camshaft gear completely, and then on the bottom get it around your oil pump gear as well. Get all the slack out and then just slide it over your tensioning roller like this. Make sure the timing bolt is firmly around all the other pulleys. Next we're going to loosen this bolt and then this is going to apply tension to the timing belts on this side. But before you do that, it's very important to make sure that your timing marks on your camshaft gear and your crankshaft gear haven't moved. Alright? There we go. You guys probably saw the tensioner applying tension to the belt. But we're going to leave this bolt loose for now. We'll adjust our tension on this belt in a little bit. Alright, so to double check our work, we're going to get our ratchet back on our crankshaft bolt, and then we're going to turn the crankshaft 2 full rotations, or that's the same as 1 full rotation on the camshaft gear. And then line up the marks for one of the gears, and then check and make sure the other mark is lined up as well, and then that will mean that we got our timing right. And make sure you're turning the engine clockwise. Alright, this one's lined up. And so are the marks on our crankshaft gear, so we're all good. Alright, next it's time to adjust our tension. So you want to make sure you put that little washer that goes on your crankshaft gear back on, then get your timing belt, lower timing belt cover back on, and then get your harmonic balancer on there as well. Then get your ratchet, put it on your crankshaft gear, and then we're going to turn the engine. And then we're going to turn the engine 1 full turn on the crankshaft gear, and then another 7/8 of a turn, which will end up being 45 degrees before top dead center. And again, you want to turn this clockwise. Now as far as where is exactly 45 degrees before top dead center, see right now we're at top dead center and you guys can see that little notch next to the 0. So you want to do 1 full turn on this harmonic balancer or crankshaft gear, and then another 7/8, which will bring you back up here where that line is on the timing belt cover that you guys can hopefully see. So that means you want to line up that notch with that line right there. Alright, so here's a closer look, and this is where you want to end up on your 2nd turn. And now we can torque this bolt down, and this is also going to be a 31 foot-pound torque spec. Alright, so I'm not going to record the rest of this because it's going to be the reversal removal, but I'll start the engine for a couple seconds so you guys can see the engine is running even though the timing belt broke on it. Hooray, non-interference engines. And that should about cover it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more like it, but also check out these other related videos. I'll put them on this side of the screen so you can click on them. There'll also be links in the description box down below. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.